Hello lovely, and welcome back to the Makeup Hunter. In today's video I am going to be switching out my build your own palettes. I've had the same ones in rotation for quite a while now and I'm ready to get some new colours in here. So just off camera I've got all of my singles. So I have singles from Glam Shop, MAC, Makeup Geek, Inglot and the Pastel Roses, and I've also got a Lethal Cosmetics collection as well. So we're going to be switching up my palettes. I'm going to be creating 2 new palettes to put in with my Shop My Stash products for the next however long. Sometimes it's a month, sometimes it's longer. It's just as and when I get bored of the products and want to switch things up. So if you want to have a little nosy into my single shadows collection and see me build 2 new custom palettes for the winter period, the autumn and winter period, then please do keep watching. If you like this kind of content and you want to see me do more of this style of video, then please give me a like or leave me a comment to let me know. And yeah, without further ado, let's build some palettes. Okay, first off the bat, I'm so sorry I'm not on camera today. I have been quite poorly over the last few days, since Tuesday. Well, it's probably all of last week. I haven't been doing too good. I've been struggling with my endometriosis. I'm on a forced break from my treatment at the moment, and until I see my consultant or he responds to my emails, I can't get access to my treatment. So my endometriosis is running rampant at the moment and I am really suffering. I've been passing out, I've been having the worst pain I've had in a very long time, and it's taken a bit of a toll on my overall well-being and mental health. So I'm not going to be on camera today. I'm still in my pajamas. I look a state. I've got all oil in my hair because I'm trying to give my hair a bit of TLC, and yeah, I just don't look fit for human consumption today. So yeah, we're just doing a hands only kind of video today, but there will be you know, normal me on camera videos coming very soon, so please do bear with me. So the lighting may change because of the sun's just come out really brightly, so it's made everything go a little bit warm and cast a bit of a shadow, but I think that'll probably go in a little while. It's just as the natural light changes. I'm working just on my main overhead light without any studio lighting. So I've rambled enough. I'm going to be building 2 custom palettes, but I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently than I usually do. I usually have one larger palette that I put in Pastel Roses, Glam Shop, MAC, Makeup Geek and Inglot shadows, and then I do a Lethal Cosmetics palette, which is, this is the palette that I use for the Lethal Cosmetics ones that I build. If you want to see the last ones that I've just dismantled, then if you look at my previous Shop My Stash, you'll see them in there. But I've had some new Pastel Roses shades recently. I treated myself to 15 shadows from the new Halloween drop. Pastel Roses, I think, are going through a bit of a transition period at the moment. They've changed their branding and everything, and they've got rid of a lot of their original singles, and they've bought some of them back but reformulated them, so a lot of the ones that I have aren't available on the site anymore. So I did pick up some of the new ones, and these are the ones that I have here. I haven't touched any of these yet. I haven't used them in a look or anything, and I really want to. So instead of doing a palette with sort of a mixture of things, I'm going to keep these 15 shades, and then I'm just going to fill the gap here. I'll probably leave a space of 1 and then just put 8 other shadows in here just to fill it out a bit, and I might put mattes and a mixture of mattes and shimmers in here, but I think I'm potentially just going to use my special shadows. And then what I was thinking of doing was doing an all matte Lethal Cosmetics palette, because the matte formula from Lethal Cosmetics is one of my absolute favourite shadow formulas. So I'm perfectly happy to just have a palette full of mattes. That's what I've got mostly from Lethal, is matte shadows. So that's what I was thinking of doing. Obviously this is kind of a random mix of colours, there's not really any theme here, but there is a lot more cool tones here than warm tones, so I think I'm going to build on that and have like a cool toned palette, like I'm thinking like teals, purples, navy blues, that sort of colour palette that I'm thinking of building. So that's what we're going to do. Firstly, I'm going to build my matte palette, and I have most of my Lethal Cosmetics mattes in this large double-sided one. Hopefully you can see all of that. And I'm going to be sort of sticking to this side of the palette, I think. So what I think I'm going to do is just start pulling ones that catch my eye, and then we'll narrow it down. And I've got my little depotting tools here. So I definitely want this navy here. It's like an indigo colour. And I also want this like teal here. I think this one that's just come out, this very deep purple, we'll put that as a possibility. It's like you've got the navy and the deep purple. We'll go for this like dusty blue purple here as well. I think I'll go for this sort of teal turquoise. It's a little less bright than this one over here. I think we'll throw some like burgundy in there as well, so I'm thinking of this very deep burgundy brown. And then also I think this sort of fawny colour over here. This one would work. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go for some like greens, maybe. Did I say this one? No, it's too similar. I think we'll go for this this green here. This one I think would look good with those shades. And then I think this one could also work. And then I need something to help blend the purples, because I've got a lot of deep purples there. So I think we'll go for this soft grey purple. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 2 more. I think I've got one random matte in this one as well. Yeah, so I've got this blue here, which is kind of similar to this one. So I'm not going to pull that one. Oh, let's go for this, like very soft, cool tone, like pinky grey. That would work. And then I think we need something more like burgundy or neutral. Maybe neutral. So I think we'll go for this shade here, which will work with pretty much everything I've got in there. So that's all of my lethal mattes that I'm going to pull. Now let's put it into some kind of colour story. Okay, so now let's build on this palette. So we're going to be mainly sticking to my like very special sparkly shades. I'm not going to be needing that palette. And with the colours that I've gone, and I'm also not going to be pulling any Inglot ones this time. So let's have a look. And this is my matte one that I can use as a reference as well. Okay, so I definitely want some greens in there, and this is my greens, sort of like true greens palette. And I think I'm gonna go for this bright green here. This is Pyramid from the Pastel Roses. And then I think I'm also going to pull this one here. This is Glam Shop Tomback. That one could work with the teals. And then let's have a look at my blues. So this is more of like my bluey tones. I think we'll go for this one here. This is Pastel Roses Werewolf. That one will look good with these like teals and navy. It's like a deeper version of this one here. Then I also think I'm gonna go for this one here. This is Soothsayer by the Pastel Roses. Okay, now we want some sort of purpley tones. I do have quite a lot of purples, so this is my like purpley palette. So we're gonna go for this shade here. Is one of my hollows. This one is the shade Hollow Wild Heart. I think we want something kind of dusky. Maybe this one. Is that similar to any of it? That's kind of similar. See, I've got these two here which like a pinky purple. I don't want anything too similar to that. I'm really drawn to this one here. This one is Pluto from Glam Shop, so I think we'll go for that one. And then let's have a look in this one for like my more burgundy tones. I don't think I need anything out of there. Ooh. Let's have a look at this one. It's more like warm pinks. I think we'll go for this shade here. This is a really interesting shade. This is Ghoul from Pastel Roses from last year's Halloween collection. And then finally, let me go for another. Let's see what we're missing here. I think we'll go for more of another like very warm toned one to sort of play. We'll go for a warm toned one to play up these sort of like grungy greens. And I think we'll go for this shade here, which is the shade Dreamer from the Pastel Roses. There we go. I want that gap there so I can differentiate between the newer ones and the older ones. So that is my 2 custom palettes complete for the next however long. And now I'll just do some swatches. Okay, so please excuse the angle and everything. When I've previously swatched like my Pastel Roses shadows before, I got some slightly negative comments about like being able to see it, but obviously this is the best that I can do for swatching. So please don't think negatively about the shadows. It's not the shadows, it's just my sort of not having a professional setup. So the first shadow that I'm going to be swatching, these are the new Halloween collection. So this is the shade Thrill Seeker. And that is a very bright iridescent blue purple, super sparkly. Then we have the shade Wicked, and this is a lovely lilac-y colour. Ooh, that's beautiful. That has a ton of different reflex in it. Then we have the shade Haunted, and these are the new reformulated Pastel Roses shadows, and they definitely do feel different. They feel a lot less thick, much smoother. Some of the older Pastel Roses ones that I've got have almost like a sticky feel to them, which doesn't affect the performance, I find, but these feel like silk. This one is the shade Halloween, which when I received my order, I thought I'd ordered two of the same shade, but you can see this one definitely has a lot more pink base, but it has a very similar reflect to it. It's got a very bright icy blue reflect. These are so much fun. Then we have the shade Spider. This one looks really interesting. Oh yeah, that's nice. That one has a lot more base pigment to it. And then we have the shade Treat, which is this lovely light pink with like a tangerine reflect. Wow, that is stunning. This is my first time swatching these. Oh, that's going to make such a pretty inner corner shade. That's stunning. So that is the first row. I am going to carry on swatching further up my arm. Okay, so this next shade is Candle. This is a beautiful gold with so much sparkle in. There's so much sparkle in these new formula. They're unbelievable. I mean, look at that. That is gorgeous. I'm already, that's the first one I'm planning to use. I've already got a look in mind that I want to create. So this next one is the shade Sweet Pumpkin. This one looks so beautiful. Wow. It's just so, I can't believe how much sparkle is in these. Look at that. Insane. And then this one is the shade Pumpkin. So that one was Sweet Pumpkin. This one is Pumpkin. Oof. I am going to be a sparkly gal. Look at that. It's like a disco ball on my arm. Wow. Okay, and then this one, this is kind of a showstopper. Bright pink. This one is the shade Electric Witch. I love that name. Oof, yep. Again, ton of sparkle in that. Okay, and then this one is the shade Incantation. looks like a lovely, wow, icy blue, but there is a lot of sparkle in that one. These are amazing. I can definitely see a difference in the formula. I mean, I loved my original Pastel Roses shades, but these are something else. So this one is the shade Gloomy. Ooh, that's lush. Look at that. Okay, and I'm not going to try and put any more on this arm. I think I'll move on to my next arm. We've got 3 of the new collection left, and then the rest are my existing shades. Okay, so this next one is the shade Witchcraft, this beautiful deeper blue, and I'm going to be a bit awkward swatching on this arm. That's stunning. That is going to be beautiful with those lethal mattes. Then we have, oops, the shade Tail, which is another really interesting shadow. Oh, wow. That is really interesting. That's almost, it's like a grungy grey, but it has like a warm shift to it. Hope that's coming across. These new formula as well are much thinner, whereas some of the older formula sit quite high up in the pan, like there's a lot of like product in there. This one is the shade Wizard, this beautiful teal green. This one looks stunning. Oh yeah, wow. And that is the last of the new lot that I got. So now we're going on to my existing collection. So this is the hollow one. This is the shade Hollow Wild Heart. I have swatched all of my Pastel Roses collection already, as I said, where I got some negative comments about my quality. But obviously this is just, I want to show you this palette as a whole. And that really is holographic. It probably isn't going to show on here, but it is truly holographic. And then we've got the shade Pluto from Glam Shop. And this one is more of a sheer topper shade. Stunning. Okay, and now onto the bottom row. This one is the shade Pyramid from the Pastel Roses. And you can definitely feel a difference in the formula. This is much thicker, but you can see how much pigment that has left behind on my finger. I can't explain how sparkly I am, and it's not just staying contained to my arms, it's literally going everywhere. Luckily I'm having a bath straight after this. So this next shade is from Glam Shop. This is the shade Tomback. It's one of their turbo pigments, which is my favourite formula from them. Glam Shop again seem to be going through a bit of a transition period, and they're not really releasing any new singles, which is a shame. Look at that one on my finger. You can see all the different reflex. Beautiful. Then we have, this one is from Pastel Roses, and this one is the shade Werewolf. This one's insane. It's like a multi-chrome. It's stunning. I know my my setup and my skills don't do these shadows justice. I'm just trying to sort of show you what my palette looks like. So then we have the shade Soothsayer, also from the Pastel Roses. That's going to look stunning with that navy matte shade. There's a lot of purple in that one as well. And then the last two, we have Dreamer, also by the Pastel Roses. Ooh, gorgeous. And then I'll just show you on my finger, you can see it's got like pink reflect to it. And then finally, also from the Pastel Roses, we have from last year's Halloween collection, this is the shade Ghoul, and this is a beautiful, I'm going to put it here, burgundy, with a ton of different sparkle to it. And let me see if I can show you. This is my palette of special shades for the next however long. Oh god, this is hurting. Okay, and look at my arms after I've wiped that off. I don't think it's going to pick up, but I'm literally plastered in sparkle. I can't get it off. Like I say, it's a good job I'm having a bath now. So what I'm going to do is just show you the palettes side by side one last time. Obviously I'm not swatching the mattes from the Lethal Cosmetics palette. The Lethal mattes are very true to colour when they're on the eye. They are one of the, in my opinion, best matte shadow formulas out there. They are slightly kick-uppy, but that's because they're so pigmented, but they're so easy to work with. I don't find that I get in a mess with fallout or anything like that. There's just a bit of kick up in the pan. But that is my custom palettes for the next however long. I think this is stunning. It really is the vision that I had in mind with the colour story that I wanted to create, like a dingy floral, like winter floral kind of vibe, and I'm really happy with it. I've got so many ideas on looks to create already. I'm super excited to get some use out of these. So yeah, that's my video for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'm sorry that my lighting setup and camera angles and things aren't the best when it comes to swatching eyeshadows. I just want to share as best as I can the things that I love and that bring me joy. I'm not a professional YouTuber. This is just a hobby. It's something that I do to spark joy and to relax. I do find it quite relaxing. So yeah, I can't say enough good things about the Pastel Roses eyeshadows and Glam Shop and Lethal Cosmetics. They are brands that I will always continue to buy from. I really hope Glam Shop brings out some more special shadows, and the Pastel Roses brings out some more in this new formula, because so far I'm really blown away by it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, it's been so lovely to spend some time with you today. Love yourself a little harder today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.